So, what is on our heart at this moment in time? This is all we want to share, nothing else. No agenda, nothing more going forward, but what is simply important for us to bring forward into the world that others can hear and connect with. It's not for the self, it's for the connection, the bigger connection, because this is how we will become stronger, through the bigger connection. This is the reality that we are in, trying to move into. We are not just trying, we're actually there, and we're having to now move into the next dimensional experience, which will be a much more conglomerative effort and awareness requiring state. We will be required to become aware in a bigger way than we previously were. If we cannot cling together at this point, it's not about the self. We have been through the self-teaching. We've been there. We have had our moment in time with this. But now it's got to become something bigger than that. We have to do it. If we cannot, it's absolutely crazy and inverse and so bizarre what is going on within the divergence that I feel I've become aware of. It's not something I theorized or read about or anything to do with this. It's something that I personally became aware of. I will say intimately aware of before the beginning of last year. Not the beginning, the ending, actually. Sorry. The ending and the beginning of this year. It's all the same thing, and it's not real time and all that stuff. But anyway, it is as if a cutoff point for different people creating different realities together and continuing and moving forward and such they're going in this direction and they're sticking with it. They're not willing to look bigger and see bigger, and they're following the cultural thing, the common thing, the what's on television. To awakened people, this is like, wow, wow, they really believe this stuff. I don't think they really do. They can't. I personally do not believe that there is such a thing as a living soul that does not have the spark of life, or there is no such thing as a soul, or the definition of soul is even more so, but there is no such thing as someone that's alive but not living and all this sort of thing. Well, yeah, there is, but they're living, but they're not alive. Anyway, yeah, you get it or you don't, but it will be whatever it is. Anyway, the that was a really awkward fucking joke. The idea that we are all together in this, and that's the movement that we're going towards. This, if you want to follow this, the life that is killing everything, basically, this is what's causing the diversion. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with figures and political situations and crap that humans are basically creating everywhere and doing everything, and we either think it's all good or we don't. You have to go someplace else in the world in order to see that it's actually different in other places. It's not all like, suburbia everywhere, really. I promise you. You have to travel. It's a beautiful thing. But if you don't, then you should seek knowledge, because it's real. People live very, very differently in other places in the world. And if you want to believe whatever your television is telling you, these people have diverged into their own reality, and I have felt this tremendous I mean, it was like, it was horrifying, and I think that a lot of us felt because, like, the ties were cut. We can't go back and fix things with people that have chosen to be like that. We can't bring them into our understanding, and it's not even right to try and attempt to, because they have chosen to do otherwise, so we would be violating their free will. And so we had to say goodbye to something, and I think we're still feeling this was a huge event in something that we don't quite understand as humans collectively yet, but many of us do understand, and that is the idea that matter is a living being, and our mother, it's like two siblings that decide they can't live together or communicate anymore. So, there is our message for the evening. Thank you for listening.